we're going to do some easy cooking today. A lot of our things are pretty easy and easy to make, but today we're going to make use of some apples that aren't quite crispy enough to eat fresh, but they'll be great cooked. Ooh, so nice we're going to do.
It does feel weird though.
Yeah, there's a few different types in here. We're just going to cook. We're going to peel them and we're going to cook them up. We're going to do something that I like as a breakfast, but it also works as a dessert or a snack, I guess, as well. So the first thing you want to do is put some brown rice on to cook. So we have cooked our brown rice already. So put some into your stainless steel rice cooker or onto your stove and get that going right away, because brown rice, as we all know, takes a while to cook. And we're going to get on to peeling. Now, I don't think Ocean's ever peeled before.
You might get me.
I don't know. I don't know. How old are they when they're allowed to use peelers? This bit's very, very sharp.
I know.
Yeah, it's very, very sharp. So what we'll do...
Can I try?
We'll give her a very little go. I don't know if you'll be able to do it.
Oh, okay.
Let's try this. So you hold it and then hold down. Hold the apple. See those bits? Like that.
I saw you.
I don't recommend this. Hang on. I'm going to do it with you. Do it together.
It's my movement.
I know, but I want to do it with you because it's very, very sharp and the blade does come up towards your hand. Pretty good? Alright, I'm going to
try again.
You have one little go. No, I'm too scared. It's really sharp. That's alright. There's your drink.
Yes. Speaking about apples, if you want to make apple puree, there's a good reason for it, because if you want to try make stewed apples, you want to cook green apples to make the stewed apples, you actually might get apple puree instead of stewed apples.
She's thinking of when the other day when we cooked up, we buy both green and red depending on sort of what's nice, what's available, all that sort of thing. But the green ones that we cooked up recently, they actually went, instead of keeping their shape when we cooked them as stewed apples, they actually went into a puree, which was fine because we could use that too. So now Ocean's thinking the green ones puree and the red ones don't, but there are many, many different types. And they may have been particularly soft, I'm not sure, I can't remember
That's
what those
red
ones.
one.
It is a red one. This one's a little bit old, but it's okay. It's going to cook up okay.
By the way, if you don't know, I'm Ocean, and this is the one who's called my stand-up, because she's my mum, and you know, she want to have a, because she loves the ocean and she loves me, so she thought that was a good name for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a good name for you. It's hard picking a name, isn't it? You go through so many, I think with baby names or even pet names, you go through so many and then in your mind, and then often it's maybe one of the ones you first thought of. That was the best one. My other daughter's name's Jaguar, which has worked really well for her. She's 25 now, and all her life she's had a really good response to that, and she likes it. So that's good, luckily. My mum wouldn't even call her name for a couple of days. Mum's really conservative, and the name was a bit much, but she's fine with it now. So when we went to call, well, we did look at what you call normal names, I think, but I think the older you get, the more people you know called all the different names, common names and things like that, and you associate them with certain people. So coming up with something fresh is challenging, but gone a bit, the ocean's gone a bit stormy, maybe. But I always used to joke with Jaguar that, you know, I should have called her Serenity or something, something calm. And now I realise I've called Ocean. Well, Sean and I called her Ocean. And the ocean can be calm, and it can be stormy, and it can be wavy, and it can be powerful, and it can be...
I'm powerful.
You are.
I'm powerful. I'm powerful. Oh. So if you don't know, I've got my water here. Yeah, and it's really delicious. So if you want to sit down and watch this video and enjoy, you might want to have some water or something to eat.
Yeah. It is nice to make you know, a cup of tea or something when you sit down to watch a video. Yeah.
The green ones look are quite
they're a different colour, aren't they?
Green.
On the inside too.
Green, and the other ones, most of them, look yellow. So yeah.
What I'm going to do,
to
I'm just going to give you one just to play with. You can cut that up a little bit if you want to. Okay, so we'll put the cores in here. Bang, bang.
Wow, I cut it for my first time. I'm going to cut the other one.
You know, you haven't cut apples before, have you? Oh, careful. It is serrated. It's one of those white plastic ones. She's just getting used to it, and it depends what we're making to sort of what she's allowed to do.
Would you like me to cut them smaller?
Oh, I think that's a good size. Why don't I give you a few more bits and pieces here?
Let's see.
Okay, keep your hands away from the knife though. Yep. I've only got this one big knife. Well, that's the sharp one. This is the sharp one. So, I need to buy a new knife set maybe, Ocean.
You can use these apples now.
Ta, I'll give you this.
To eat?
You can eat it, yeah, why not?
Delicious. I love it.
So the stewed apples, you can put some, you can cook a whole lot up and put some aside in the freezer if you would like to sort of, you could have the rice in little sachets in the freezer, you could have the stewed apples in there. If you, I don't tend to do things that way, but I know a lot of people do and do a lot of food prep, and it's probably a very smart thing to do. Save time and things like that. Because I know most people can do this for breakfast, unless it was a weekend or a day off or something like that.
Can I eat more?
Yes, please.
Okay. Minus 2.
So I'm just cutting them up into chunks, but you can do half the size, whatever you like. I keep thinking about how Grandma said this is a massive knife, and it's like too big. And my mum's usually right, actually. Most things I've come to realise. She always said, when you're older, you'll know. Or what is it? When you're older, or when you have children, you'll know. Or something like that. And it's true.
I cut these apples. Here you go.
Ta. We always try and make use of everything, all our food. So I'm not a fan of throwing anything out if you can use it. If it's no good, it goes to the possums. So our birds and possums get fed pretty well if they, cause they'll get scraps, and oh, you can eat apple cores. The seeds are actually really good for you. Oops. So just try and utilise as much as you can. Don't waste anything. Yes.
I'm going to say this is a little bit big, so I'll cut into a bit smaller piece. It's a big chunk for a little one, you know, like, yeah. Speaking about apples and knives, if you don't know, little ones aren't supposed to use knives, but I'm 4, so I am responsible for one knife. But when your daughter is 4 or 3, they might only to use it. Yeah. Because it's a really good one, and you might want to hold it like this or this. Not sure. It doesn't matter. It's your job to decide what your daughter will be.
That's a really wise thing to say, because it is true that it's up to parents to choose what they think is appropriate for their children and when they think something's appropriate to try to learn and all that sort of thing. Yeah.
And this is a good video for a family because obviously if we're talking about that, it's really good for, you know.
Family videos are nice. We love, I mean, our videos are all family friendly videos. And we love watching other people's ones. All different. Oh goodness, what's wrong?
Just got a little stuff.
Have some water. We love watching other people's videos, just what whole families are doing. All sorts of things. What we were watching something silly today that a whole family were doing their own little TV show, mermaid TV show or something. And I love it. It's like sort of daggy, but I don't know. I'm just over all the polished sort of Hollywood stuff. Not interested. I want to see what other people are making. Oh, just. Oh no, sorry. Oh no. It did spill a bit, didn't it? Alright. Perfect. Sorry.
You don't really waste water, but...
Well, I didn't mean to waste the water. You're right. You shouldn't waste water.
You're not supposed to waste water, but...
It was an accident. Yeah, we don't cry over spilt water. There's a saying, well, letting Ocean know. There's a saying called "Let's not cry, don't cry over spilt milk," and what it means is that we shouldn't waste our energy worrying and being really upset over things that, on the scale of life, aren't really that important. Okay?
Yeah, I didn't know about that saying, but it makes sense.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Speaking about that water, it's really good for you because, you know, it's hydrating, and if you're thirsty, you know, to have a cup of water or other types of water like coconut water,
Yeah.
Talking about water.
She likes the coconut water. We like the... Look, sorry about all the banging. I don't know, I'm not very good at being quiet.
Crash, bang! Yeah, Mum said that in one of our videos.
Bang, crash, Kazam. I don't know where the Kazam comes from. Is it from, like, the Batman show where they go, pow, wham, bash, cat? I don't know what they say.
Yeah.
That's not a word.
Lamb. I said lamb.
Lamb. I used to get up in the mornings really early. Oh, I was like 6 or something. No, I think it was even before school. 5 or 6 maybe. And get up at 6 and watch Batman. It was the old Batman, that's right, the black and white one. Oh, was it the Superman? Black and white Superman. That's right. And the Westerns were on in the morning too. Yeah, this is like 1979. Oh no, I was 4 in 1979. All right, let's we're gonna...
Same age. She's still my age.
Yeah, when I was your age, it was 1979. Yeah. Time flies. Make the most of it. All right, going to put this in the bin. Oh no, we won't. We're going to give our scraps later to the possums. Yeah. Okay, so rice is cooked. Waiting now for... Oh, did you hit your knees?
You know the handles? I just banged my knee into one of those.
Give me a hug.
This knee.
No, she's... Okay. So cook up your apples. Now, how soft you want them is up to you. Aww. Kisses. How soft you want them is up to you. Okay, so after about 5 minutes you can test it. You might want to do them for 10 minutes or somewhere in between. So I'm going to put my timer on for 7 minutes and check them. And obviously they'll be roasting hot, so pull one out and just let it cool down for a moment before you taste it.
Who was sleeping?
Pretty good?
Who was sleeping?
Did you have a sleep on the chopping board? Were you... Should we just have a... Oh, we'll just have a sleep.
No.
And then wake me up when it's cooked.
Okay. Have sleep. Have sleep.
No, we got stuff to do. All right, so in here... Hang on a minute. Hang on. All right, in here we have our hemp seeds and our walnuts. And you can use any sort of variation. Like you could use walnuts, you could use pepitas, sunflower seeds, hemp seeds, quite a lot of the different nuts. If they're a harder nut, soak them first. Or you might want to soak them anyway to do the activation thing and to release, like for almonds and things like that, you want to release some toxins. What's going on? Yes, we have them mixed in. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're organised. No. Do you want to eat? Do you want to eat one?
I hate hemp seeds.
She doesn't like the hemp seeds. For me, they kind of don't taste like anything. They're a little bit nutty, but well, let's have. You're gonna have a walnut. She likes the walnuts, which is good. Do you remember what they're shaped like? Little brains. Good for your brain. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they got oils and nutrients in them that are good for your brain. And a lot of the foods that are good for certain parts of the body are shaped the same as that part of the body. Like kidney beans, shaped like kidneys, all that sort of thing. Heart, I think when you cut it in half, it looks like the heart. Sorry, tomatoes, that was. And lots of other things. Careful, don't slip. All right, we'll be back in a minute.
Oh, by the way, tomatoes aren't a veggie, they're fruit.
Yes, that's right. So how do we know what's a veggie and what's a fruit? How do we know? Do you remember what it is?
The seeds.
Yes, that's right. The seeds. Yeah. So if it's got seeds, it's fruit. If it hasn't, it's a vegetable. But I'm not sure. There might be more to that. I'm going to look that up. There might be more to that.
I can't see it.
My pants are falling down. All right, we're going to stop it until the apples are cooked.
I love you.
I love you too. You have blueberries on you? Just wiping some blueberries off her chin. She loves her frozen blueberries and she likes to eat them just like that, frozen and plain, and then they get all over her face and all over her clothes, and we try to keep her off the carpet. Don't we? Yeah, she's just having some plain rice with a little bit of maple at the moment because she wanted some of the warm rice. Our apples are nearly done, which is awesome. Now we have our cup, it's about half a cup, quarter of a cup of hemp seeds, quarter of a cup of walnuts. Choose your amount, what you want, okay? So the apples have been on for about 7 or 8 minutes now. I'm just gonna leave them for a couple more minutes. It depends on how much you're cooking and also what size, and also how soft the apples are, all that sort of thing. Get your walnuts and your hemp seeds and put them into another saucepan. Add your rice. Now, I'm just not going to use the whole lot today. I cooked up a cup of rice.
Mommy?
Yes, darling?
Can you please fill my cup of water?
I can. I cooked up 1 cup of uncooked rice with 2 cups of water. Okay? And
Don't say they're not staying now.
So what I'm going to do, grab your milk. We're using oat milk at the moment. I have to learn to make my own milks. Pour some in. Add some rice. I mean, the quantities that I'm going to put in the description, you could make the whole thing up and you could, you know, mix it all together. Obviously, if you're making it just for one person, then make a little bit less. Okay, so we're going to make up sort of one quantity now. And mix the seeds, the nuts, a little bit of the milk, and some rice.
I don't usually do this because it wouldn't be to do with this. Okay, so hi, would you like a sip? Oh, yes, thank you.
That's actually really nice. You're offering everyone some water?
Yes.
That's nice. Ocean's always been really generous with food and drinks. She can be eating something that she absolutely loves that maybe she hasn't had for ages and she's only got a little bit left, but she will come up to you and say, would you like the last bite, or would you like some? And she'll always share. So she was sharing some of her drink with you now, which is great. Just great.
I know, you can't really drink it because, yeah. Okay,
so put your nuts and your seeds, a little bit of milk, and your rice that's already cooked into a saucepan and just warm it up. What you want to do is soften the nuts a little bit, okay? Like I said before, you might want to soak them. I do that too. Sometimes. But this is what we're doing today. So grab your apples when they're cooked to your liking, and I think I'll just use the fork. Something I like to do, because we use filtered water. I want to live by a fresh stream or something, but anyway, I haven't worked out how to do that yet. But I haven't drunk the tap water for about 10 years. More than that, I think. More than that. I would if I had to. Melbourne water, most people say is not that bad, and that is true in a sense. And it doesn't taste that bad until you stop drinking it, then you taste it, and then you can taste the stuff in it. Anyway, we have added things in here that we don't like to consume. It's also really high in lead. They tell you, even on mainstream TV, they said, what did they say? It was a couple of years ago or something. I saw a clip from morning TV, and they were saying that for everyone in Melbourne, if you're gonna drink the water, you need to let it run for about 10 minutes first in the mornings because of the high lead content. But I don't know. No one seems to, well, no, lots of people do believe me, but
I want some stewed apples.
Yeah. Now, this is my special secret trick. I drink the water, the apple water, and it's so nice.
I want some apple
You can have some apple water. Do you know what? It'll be perfect mixed into a little bit of cold water. So we drink the apple water. It's really yum. That's really hot and good for you. So I would love to have apple trees. I have one very tiny apple tree, like tiny, 20 centimeters.
Growing here.
Yeah, somewhere in a pot outside. I've got a whole lot of organic apple seeds. I used to keep all my, oh, careful. It's got cold in it as well, so it might be okay. Careful there. What?
Oh, it's good both.
Is it nourishing?
Yeah, but
Who needs cider when you've got stewed apple water or whatever we can call it? What were we saying? We were telling a story. Yeah, so I used to keep all the organic seeds from everything. So all organic apple. I've got tons of seeds, just not really any land to grow them on. I don't know. My mum and my sister are green thumbs, and I'm, I don't know, a pale green thumb. That's so silly. I don't know how to describe it. I try really hard, but it's a bit hard. It's also hard if you're vegan and you're wanting to grow veggies and you, I don't know, I'm a bit off-put by, you know, I don't want to use manure and I don't want to use snail bait and all those sorts of things. So, and I know that you sort of have to, have fun.
yeah, I'm a little bit like her. I'm a little bit like her.
She's a lot like she's a lot like me. Jagu is a lot like me, probably more than she would like to admit. And but she's very like her dad. And you're very much like me. And I'm like my mum. My sister's like my dad. And your daddy. Sean's like his mum. And Auntie Rachel, who has passed away now, who was one of my best friends since I was 14. So that's Sean's sister, Rachel, and she took after her dad. So we have this kind of running theory that, you know, that people will, you can be a little bit half-half, of course. Everyone is from both their parents, but you tend to be a little bit more like one of them. All right, are we ready to plate up? Now, I turned this off earlier. So, we have our delicious mix of rice and nuts. And I'm going to put it into the bowl. Let's move this away because it's so hot. And I'll drink that.
Don't touch that.
I'll drink it when it's cooled down a little bit.
Don't touch that hot cup, guys. Or girls.
Guys or girls. Guys and girls. So, what we want is some rice.
The maple.
That's the garnish. Ocean said earlier, because we were talking about what a garnish is in our last video. You know, we were talking about parsley, but and Ocean said just before, what are we going to garnish our, you know, our dish with? I never know if I should call it a breakfast or a dessert. It's both. And we're going to garnish it with maple syrup.
Dessert.
Is that a thing?
It's for dessert.
It's a thing now.
It's for dessert.
All right.
It's dessert.
So pile your apples on. Do you want some apples?
Yeah. I like some
Ready?
apples.
There you go. pile some apples on.
Thanks for the horse.
We're in a bit of a mess now. Not too bad.
But I can go with it.
Get your maple syrup, secret ingredient. Drizzle it all over. Use a little bit or a lot. That's up to you. Alright, and then get your preferred milk and just drizzle a little bit on the rice or all over. There's more secret ingredients, Ocean. Alright, I'm going to tip these into my hand. We don't like to put bottles and labels and brand names and things like that in our videos. We may in the future, for things that we do use and like, we might do, UGC videos, which is user-generated content videos that promote things that you actually like yourself. So that's not too bad. All right, nutmeg and cinnamon. Woohoo! Do you want to put some on? So grab some nutmeg and cinnamon. It can be put on afterwards, or you can cook it in. Okay. Either way.
I also
want
want some maple on too.
All right. There is a bit more in here.
And some milk.
You had some maple on it already.
Yes,
all right.
got some milk on it now.
Love the smell of nutmeg. I mean, cinnamon's amazing too, but
Some seeds
I'm just going to go crazy and put the whole lot in because I'll be fine with that.
I got some seeds to put on.
Some seeds? Will you mix them all in? Yeah. Do you want some from the rice?
Yeah.
Yeah? Just deepen that bit down and then you can have some more when you're done. Alright, let's do the taste test. Who's doing the taste test? You or me?
Me.
You? Alright.
Mum.
Well, do you want to do the... Oh, well, you've got it there. She's got the same thing. She had just plain rice at first, so... Okay. Let's see.
I go with the milk because it's got some texture.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, we've got more secret ingredients, have we?
Have you? Something else?
But do you?
You actually can make all sorts of versions of this. What was I reading about? I've got some wonderful old health books, really old ones. Well, they're old for me. They're like 60s and 70s sort of thing. And they've got fantastic information. One describes having a breakfast of potatoes, carrots, rice, apples. I think it had maple to sweeten it. Maybe sultanas or something like. Oh, we didn't put sultanas. Sultanas in this is great, actually.
Let's go get those
I
sultanas.
know, but we've already cooked it. Put sultanas in it, okay? It's really good with sultanas. I mean, you could use dates. You can use all sorts of things. She's gone to open up the sultanas so she can add them, but you really want to cook them in. If you're going to do that, you need to cook them. So let us know, do you have any sort of hot breakfasts that you like to make? We do porridge every morning, usually. Oceans, I love it, but I'm not that hungry in the mornings really. I am, but not straight away, and she likes to eat straight away, so she often has her porridge immediately, and she likes to do it with all the extra bits and pieces, but she just likes it with cinnamon, nutmeg, sultanas, oats. Pretty good? Yeah, this is nice. This is really nice. I won't keep eating it now. I can't talk with it in my mouth. We'll get you a few good shots. Yeah. It's really, really yum. All right, ready to say bye?
Bye!
Bye!